Hello and welcome to the Rollers and the Rockers podcast brought to you by Bankwest. My name is Hayley Miller and I'm joined by my boss, co-host Emma O'Driscoll.
Boss!
I like that one.
Thank
I was
you,
thinking
darling.
of words to describe you and I was like, you know what, you're a bit of a boss, B. So
Bossy, yeah.
no, I thought I'd chuck that in there.
No, thank you.
You've been smashing it lately out there in the real world and on the in the media.
Not
great.
in time management, but that's okay.
No, that's it. Yeah, you have. Look, to be fair, you have dropped off a little bit in your
know.
time management. But
I was
that's
a minute
okay.
late today. It's just not good enough. A minute too late.
Yeah.
But also, thank you for doing the script, Miller. This week's been a whirlwind for me, and you've been phenomenal at taking that 80% because I've only given 20.
That's all right.
Maybe a bit less.
It's all right. You've picked up the last couple of weeks, so I'm all right.
But
with that.
speaking of 20%, our 20% girl's here today.
She's here 2 weeks in a row. What a treat!
I know, this must be a record. Might even come next week.
Everyone really enjoys you. We always get, maybe we need to keep you like on and off, but then sometimes don't come because then the hits on Instagram go up when you're around.
Agree.
Because you always get the stitch up on the socials.
Also,
You're not happy with that.
I've had people say, like, why are you bullying Mim? Like, Hayley and I. I'm like,
Why? I'd like to know.
we're not. If you don't show up to your job for 70% of the time, you're probably going to get fired from a normal job.
Exactly.
So be here.
You're lucky you're still here. But you do get stitched up on
I'm
the
not sure
socials.
what I did to Brett or the media team to one, get the old lady hands, but then the weird photo last week
Nah.
just to add in there. But
Because you're just
thanks for
sitting
that,
on
Brett.
you're sitting on your
the
little
old
poof
lady.
and no back support, but that's
No.
what you get for.
It's that
but You've
good.
got some back support today,
Yeah,
so
good. Ready?
that is good. Driscoll, do you have a rating for Joe last week?
Yeah, well, considering we were both, Joe and I were sick, had had a little Lego man in my guts. But the popcorn made it, I reckon,
That
pretty
was
good.
funny.
Let's go 7.5.
Yeah, I quite liked it. I haven't watched any of them back recently, to be fair, but usually they're better when you've watched them back.
It was actually so funny. We saw Joe's boyfriend Seb on the Saturday, and he hadn't listened yet. And Joe was just like, we were both just giggling because like we know what's to come.
and because lo and behold, he had the shirt
literally.
with no 3 buttons.
Like
done
he
up
came
the
to
top.
our game like that, and Saturday at the AFL Grand Final, Seb's got freaking, I reckon it was 5 buttons. It was all the way down here. He was showing his belly button.
Letting his hair down.
Bloody classic.
All right, we're keeping with the Irish theme this week, and it's a bit of a unique one too. Not because she's a bit unique herself, she is, but because she's actually been on the podcast before,
Yes.
but we just never released it.
That's shocking.
Yeah,
Well, you're not allowed to speak yet. No.
I haven't even written here what her name is. Orlagh Lally, welcome back, I guess.
Thanks, guys. It's good to be back. Hopefully this one goes a bit better than the last one.
We're chatting on the way in here, and I was like, well, maybe it was just because the first one was so bad that we just like
No.
didn't do it.
Well, I
can't
actually
even
liked
remember.
your first podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know what. It's a shame it didn't get aired, but you know what? This one's going to be better because you've
Yeah.
had practice.
And
Yeah.
to be fair, I did ask, I reckon 3 or 4 times, hey, when is Orlagh's podcast going to be aired? Donuts from Brett, thanks very much. Didn't reply to me for most of those times. So don't know what happened with that one, but you're back, and I think this one's going to be even better because you've been here a bit longer
Yep.
now.
Yeah.
You've done some silly things, said some silly
Oh,
things.
God,
so
can't wait.
it's
I
it's
feel
just so much.
going to be a roast.
Yeah, it's more it's more fun as a roast. Well, we're back in Perth, and the weather has turned it on for us over the last couple of days. When we came back, I was missing Melbourne weather.
It was raining.
Horrible.
I was like, we've brought it with us, but
Yeah.
in saying that, today is like blue skies, red sky at night, shepherd's delight. It's been bloody beautiful. Or you know what that is? Sheep farmers in Ireland?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bit of a recap on the week in Melbourne. How did it sort of shape up? What was your favourite part about the week in Melbourne?
Oh, there's too many to choose from. No, the grand final was a pretty unique experience. But no, it was amazing. And especially like you don't really get to see anything like that at home. So to come over and see that, like it was pretty unbelievable. And then of course getting the W with you guys is definitely up there.
Absolutely. Would a stadium back home in Ireland, like what would the biggest one be?
60. Didn't Orlagh play in front of 60,000?
Yeah, but it holds around 86,000.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that's still huge, though.
Yeah.
Because I think MCG is like, because the Super Bowl doesn't hold 100,000. 100,000
No,
either.
so we had 101. There was 101,000 people there.
124.
Oh,
no,
oh.
100. No, sorry, 100,024.
Oh, okay.
That's the
I'll go with
capacity.
101.
Apparently, that's the capacity.
101 Dalmatians, 101 people at the G. Okay, well there you go. Thank you.
Well,
for
and
that
the game
number.
itself was a ripper too,
Oh.
because it
Yeah.
was so close.
Wasn't it?
How good when you're a neutral supporter just to have a good game of footy.
Just like anyone, it was anyone's game. In the end, when Brisbane kicked that goal, and I
Oh.
thought it's
I
going
was
back
like, oh
with
no,
a minute
it's
and a half
done.
to go
Yeah.
for a CBD. Like, what is going to happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insane. Well, so yeah, when you're actually not sure and it's goal for goal, it was it was so good.
I think besides the grand final, I just think it was so good to just spend the week in Melbourne. The weather was phenomenal, and obviously to come off the back of a 5-day break and be able to play the way we did against Richmond's pretty amazing. So
Yeah.
credit to the girls for that one.
Well, it just gives you a lot of confidence too, and that was something that we spoke about during the week. Was it doesn't we had a really good training session
Yep.
on the Wednesday leading in, and off a 5-day break, sometimes you want to sort of reserve energy and that kind of thing. But we were pretty disappointed with the Bombers, and I think that solid training on the Wednesday, even though you might go into the game a little bit fatigued, a little bit sore. I think the confidence that you gain from a really solid training really set us up for a great game against
Agree.
Richmond. It was
It's
awesome.
phenomenal.
Before we move on, I just want to do a special shout out to Sienna. So she reached out to me on Instagram to
Was that
tell
6 months ago when you
so
didn't
no,
check
it
your
was
message?
actually yesterday, and she happened. This funny thing is, like, you got to get me in the right time. She just happened to get me in the right moment where I was
Great.
like, and read it, and I was like, yeah, know what, I'm gonna. And I was writing the script at the time, so it
Great.
just was perfect. So I was like, you know what, and so she's telling me about her sister Talia. So 12-year-old Talia, and they're huge Freo fans, the whole
Amazing.
family. But she's the 2023 Heart Kid Ambassador for 2 Feet and a Heartbeat, an amazing cause helping kids with congenital heart disease. So they have a walk on the 15th of October to raise funds to support the heart kids and their families and honour those who we've lost to the disease. So I just wanted a big shout out to Sienna, first of all, for being such a great advocate for her
Yeah.
sister, but also to Talia, obviously been through some rough times growing up, but awesome, I guess, charity that we can all get behind, and we'd love to support the Freo fans.
Incredible.
So you can head to www.2feetheartbeat.org.au to donate, and you can donate specifically to Talia or to the general
Brett, put the
cause.
link here. Click the link below.
I
That's
just wanted
incredible.
to chuck that out there, and we love our Freo fans, and I guess on the podcast we can help out as much as we can, get the word out there. So it's a nice
Beautiful.
one.
Sienna, Talia, you
So
bloody
good.
legends.
Oh,
Click
and
the link.
I've got to say that cousin Emma apparently is also a massive
Beautiful.
fan. Great name,
Great name.
too. So
Love
we'll
you,
chuck
Emma.
that in there.
Come on, Eminem.
All right, Orla, obviously you're one of our Irish recruits. Can you tell us where you're from? So there's going to be some overlap from the previous podcast, but
Yeah.
just remember no one's heard it before.
It's nice
So
to have a trial run.
you have a trial run. No one's heard it before, so you got to go through it again. Where are you from in Ireland?
So I'm from County Meath.
That's easy.
Yeah.
Meath.
we can work with that.
Nice countryside. It's pretty chill.
What is Meath known for? Is there like things that different counties are known for?
Yeah, so like each county has like a nickname kind of thing. So we're known as the Royals.
So the Royals, okay.
Great.
Oh, so you're the big dogs.
So we've lots of nice castles. Like they're real
Beautiful.
historic
Your
ones.
princess.
And lots of
Princess
lots
Orlagh.
of green fields too.
Yeah. Oh, how good. That's what I'm imagining. Okay, now I'm imagining castles and just greenery.
Greenfield.
I'm
Yeah.
just
A lot of greenery.
imagining moats, like a lot of like
Yeah.
moats
The moat
and
around the
bridges.
castle.
How big is it? Like how population size?
God, I haven't a clue.
That's tough because I wouldn't
No
know
idea.
the
Yeah,
population
do
of
Google
WA is either. Oh, you're going to Google it? Okay, cool. All right, well, I should
Population.
Googling that. Tell us about your Gaelic background, because obviously you played for Meath.
Yeah.
Did you play for, is there anything below that, or is it just?
Yeah, so in Ireland, when you're playing Gaelic, you
Yep.
have to play with where you live.
Yeah.
So my local club would be, it's Clonagale, which is Irish. So I, so
doesn't
it's
sound too
basically,
hard.
it means family of the Gaels.
Oh,
so,
that's nice.
Yeah, so you start off with them. You
Yep.
kind of similar to here, like your nursery, like footprints.
Yep.
and then work your way up, and then at around 14, 15, you can kind of start playing with your county,
Yeah.
which is Meath, but you have to stay there, like you can't trade to
Yeah.
anywhere
Yeah.
else. So yeah, it's pretty, you have a lot of pride, and yeah, it's good.
Yeah, the Irish are very
So
loyal.
cool.
Very
Yeah.
loyal. Talk us through your week leading up to coming over to Australia. So obviously wound back a year. You turned 21.
Yeah.
You won the All Ireland Championships, which is essentially the grand
Premiership.
final, premiership, in front of 32,000 fans that day. And that year you were named in the equivalent of our All-Australian squad for that season.
So cool.
Insane. All in the space of like a week or two.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy because I feel like only the year before that, like it was COVID, and you kind of thought like, oh, are we ever going to get out again? And then to go on, and I suppose we were lucky with the team that we had and the management we had. It was just that year that it all clicked. And yeah, I won that, and and then after that was just kind of bang, bang, bang. It was
Wow.
like, okay, you're 21, woo, celebrate. Okay, now go to Australia. And yeah, it's been a journey, but like a good one, a really good one,
Yeah.
a special one.
And tell us about your family at home.
Yeah, so I have 2 older sisters, my mum, dad, and then I have 2 nieces, so they keep me busy. there.
Oh,
So good.
sweet.
Yeah.
So then you obviously moved to Australia. How did that come about to come over here to play
Yeah.
football?
Yes.
Were you like do they have the recruiters there that spotted you?
Yeah, it was actually the same guy as Anya
Oh, yeah,
got
right.
recruited. Yeah.
The same
Bloody
guy.
hell, I hope he's being paid a
talking about
shitload
Trent?
of money.
The same guy? It was Trent.
No, there's
Oh,
not
another guy.
The guy being Trent
I was
Cooper.
like, were you talking about our
LOL.
coach? The same
No.
recruiter.
Yeah, at home.
I literally was like, is she talking about Trent?
What's
That
his
is so
name?
funny to talk about him like that.
Mike Curran.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mike.
Good on
You're-
you, Mike.
You're a legend, mate. Thanks.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be the team we are without you.
So he's part of AFLW Ireland.
Cool.
So yeah, it was even starting to get aired at home in Ireland, and it was so good for us to be able to watch that and see how good that the Irish girls were doing.
Yeah, cool.
And even like Cora Staunton, like she came out here. I think she was here.
She was the
She was the
trailblazer.
first
She
one,
was
yeah.
the
It was her
trailblazer.
second season, and had so much success off
Yeah.
it. So yeah, then they kind of reached out, and I was like, do you know, this sounds like a good opportunity.
Yeah.
And then I met Anya when she was home in Ireland, and she sold it to me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, how good. So you knew, was Freo the only club that you'd been speaking to?
Yeah, so
Then-
it was actually quite quick because I think I only found out in like maybe April or May. Like it was pretty late, and it was like, do you want to go over this year? Do you want to wait next year and kind of see different options and stuff? But I kind of like the sound of WA and some nice weather and beaches. But yeah, and then obviously I was in contact with Gabby, and she definitely sold it to
Oh,
me too. I was like,
great.
"Nah, she's
Oh, so
great."
good. That's so good. And I remember, because I met you at the airport the first time, and I remember asking you in the car, being like, well, because everyone was training and I was injured at the time, so I wasn't training. So I was like, okay, well, I can go and meet you. And I remember asking you in the car, I was like, are you nervous? So we're about to go, we rocked up at the club, like all these people you don't know. And you were just like, nah, it's
Yeah,
fine.
it was
Wow.
so weird.
Meanwhile, I was in my head, I was nervous to meet you, just one person. Yeah, what was that experience
Crazy.
like?
Yeah, I don't know. Like this, it was just pretty calm. I was like, I just remember, I think maybe because I've met Anya and she had kind of filled me in.
Yeah,
But I remember
yeah.
arriving and I was like, do you know, this feels like it felt right. Like, and I was in the car and came and met all the girls then when we were having dinner. And I felt like I'd known them for years. I was like,
Oh,
these
that
girls
was so sweet.
Yeah, no, it was so nice. It
Oh,
was
that's so good. And then the second time round, we went and met you, but Lisa and Ollie, her son Ollie, came.
Poor Ollie.
Poor Ollie. So we were waiting, and we were waiting for all the arrivals to come in. I reckon I had a good hour worth of video on my phone waiting because the media team couldn't get there that day. So can you just do some media for us? No
Oh,
worries.
no.
But I was just standing there filming. So I'd film for 15 seconds, turn it off. Next, a round of people. And you don't know, there's a lot of flights
There's
coming in
funny
from
stuff
everywhere,
Yeah.
just coming through the arrivals area. Man, it took ages. It's coffee delivery.
Oh, well, excuse me.
Okay, good.
Thanks so much.
My order must have got lost.
Yeah, sorry, yours got lost. I can't believe she actually brought it in. That's
It's
so
because
good.
I'm actually surprised because we roast Ellie every week on the pod, so
Yeah.
it's great that she's done her part and brought
We'll give
Miller
her
a
shout
coffee.
out. Thanks. Let's see if it's a good one.
Thanks, Ayers, your dog.
Anyway, back to story of the airport. So I was filming for ages and ages, and then when she finally got, but we'd put Ollie in front because he had a Freo cap on, and we just said, you have to stay. You have to stay in this square. And he's like getting bored. He's like, I'm so bored. And he's like, yelling, I'm bored. Mum, can we go home? Anyway, it took a little while, as it does when you got to get through customs and all that. Anyway, you finally came through, and then, of course, all these people rushed in front. So my video's like, but then, so that was the first time that you met Lisa and Ollie.
Yeah. So that actually took so long to come true because they were like, have you anything to declare? And they
Oh,
were
of
like
course.
listing out all this stuff. They were like, have you any dirt on your shoes? And the first thing I thought of was my football boots. And I was there sweating. And I was
like, oh my God, yeah, do.
Like I had cleaned them, but I was like, shit. I was like, and then I remember walking up and she was like, what do you have to declare? And I was like, oh, like I just have my football boots. And she was like, she started laughing.
No,
and she was
stop.
like, go on through. And I was like, are you joking? I waited that long just to be told that.
Well, you did the right thing.
Yeah,
That's
all right.
nice. I would have been like, nah, it's
You're
fine.
trying to protect our WA soil.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
lovely.
That's
Thank
very
you,
good.
darling.
Anyway, and then Ollie was very
A bit
confused
confused,
because
yeah.
Lisa had said, like, she was trying to convince him that we needed to stay because we were welcoming back one of our family members, and he was like,
Is that my sister?
is that my sister?
Like who? Oh,
He
no,
literally was like, is that
genuinely
my
said that.
sister? And then when you finally
don't have a
came
sister.
through, and then he it was just this awkward hug, and he came and gave you a hug,
Oh
and then he was
my
like,
God.
Mummy, you made me hug a stranger. When she was like, no, technically she's not your sister, but like she's part of the Freo family, and he
Yes.
just couldn't quite get that.
Yeah,
He
I don't blame
for a
him. I
while
was a bit
thought he had a
confused for a
sister he
bit.
didn't know about.
It's a lot.
Then he had to hug a stranger, and it was a lot for poor Ollie. But anyway, we got you there. It was nice. Mullers was crying. Then you were
Yeah.
crying.
I
Everyone
was
was crying.
Was it great though?
Oh, it was so good, especially landing and knowing where you're landing to the song.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like,
the
wow.
second
I was
time.
like, this is
And there's
great.
people that are there like that know you and
Yeah.
excited to have you back. We were super excited to have you back. And now you're back living with Gabby again. But Mickey's living
Yeah.
with you this time. What's that dynamic
This is
like?
Gabby O'Sullivan
Yes,
and Michaela
sorry.
Hyde. Live about 5 minutes from Coburn, and Orlagh's always lived with Gabby. But now they've got another recruit in the house
Yeah.
in Mickey Hyde. So I wonder what's the dynamic like, Orlagh?
It's great. It's actually like our own little family. It's so nice.
So cute.
But yeah, like you could walk in, it could be dead silent, or else it could be the complete opposite, like people shouting and roaring. We kind of all just go through our phases. But yeah, it's so good to have that in the house and have good company.
Yeah, I feel like she would be good company.
I actually feel
Gabby.
like Gabby, like as much as everyone hangs shit on her for being like super like bubbly and
Yeah.
upbeat all the time, like I definitely can relate to that where you get home though and it's just like your own space. You actually become a lot more chill. Like she'd be doing her own thing or needing some rest time in her room.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's not all like Gabby would actually be quite easy to live with, I reckon.
Yeah, she's so independent.
And she seems
as
clean
well.
as well. Like,
Yeah, the same with Mickey.
Mickey and Gabby seem like they got their stuff
Surely,
together.
Is Gabby just in the garden all the time? She's like a real gardener.
She's
isn't
such
she?
a weirdo like that.
I did not expect that, but
She has her phases. Like the other day when we came back from Melbourne, I think it was Monday, the next day, I remember coming home and I was like, I need to put sunglasses on. She had everywhere shining. Like, I mean, absolutely shining. And I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
yeah, so she...
got into a mood
Yeah,
of
and then like
cleaning
I'll
mood.
probably go out to the garden next week and we'll have like trees or something in it.
I feel like Gabby's someone that goes to Bunnings and is either buying 100 things or nothing at all.
Nothing,
Like,
yeah.
and it's like random like pot plants. Like,
I feel
she's
when you buy a
insane.
house though, like Bunnings becomes the
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
most
yeah.
enjoyable place. Well, I'm trying to get
Where's
my,
your plunge
I'm still
pool,
trying
mate?
to get my weeds under control in
and
the
your
front
plunge
yard.
pool.
Yeah,
Sort
I
it
haven't
out.
got the plunge pool yet. There's not a lot of room for it, but
No.
the weather's starting to heat up, so maybe we'll get that. Now, I was
Amazing.
going through Googling you, and then I found this video of you trying Vegemite for the first time. Do you like Vegemite yet?
Oh, it's a weird one. So like last year I remember tasting it and I was like, oh my God, like I I was like, no, I can't. And then like this year, I'm not joking, I can't stop eating it. I'm having it on everything. Like I'm like toast and eggs and toast and avo, and it's so good.
You're like,
Like,
I remember when I was there when you first tried it, and you were saying like how salty
It's
it is.
so
like,
salty.
hits you.
But do you have like a lot or just a little bit?
I think I'd lather it on.
No,
there. Like,
you've gone the.
I hate
I'm
Vegemite.
like,
The opposite.
if I have Vegemite, it's got to be like almost non-existent on it because it is
Nah.
like just putting salt
I
on
just
a
don't
piece
like
of
it. I'm a
bread.
Promite girl. Lol.
Promite. What? So
Sorry,
what is the
devil's
difference?
advocate. Promite's so much better. So much. Don't know if it's better for you. Probably way worse, but Promite tastes better than Vegemite. Everyone, get on it.
Anyway,
Click the link below.
anyway, you've turned full Australian then.
No,
with
I've
all of
eaten
Vegemite.
that's-
kangaroo. Like Gabby has me really. Actually,
I don't even eat kangaroo.
Yeah, literally. She was like, okay, right, you're trying kangaroo tonight. So we had kangaroo, and I was like going around telling everyone, I was like, yeah, I'm real Australian now. Like, they're like, I haven't even had that yet. And I was like,
You're like, okay, I'm actually next level.
Yeah, you're like, oh.
That's great though, all of that you like Vegemite. Good on you,
good.
girl.
Hey Em, isn't WA the best place to call home?
Couldn't agree with you more. And our friends at Bankwest want to help you make the most of it.
That's why we've got some of the best seats in the house to our games this season.
And when you're not cheering us on, you could be in the best seats at the other epic events at Optus Stadium and RAC Arena.
So let's hear it for our home team, our home ground, and our home crowd.
And let's hear it for the best seats in the house.
Search Bankwest Best Seats for your chance to win. All right, it's time. Bit of dish with Driz.
Come
This
on,
I'm excited
dish with
for.
Driz. All
This is where the good stuff's at.
My goodness. Okay, so just
palms
for
are sweaty.
reference, knees weak. Okay, don't worry. Everyone, just shut up. Okay, so for context, everyone, I would say Orlagh's like the how would you describe Orlagh? She's like does some pretty stupid things.
Yeah.
Like
A bit goofy, yeah. A bit goofy, bit like...
bit vague.
Yeah. Yeah, bit vague. Bit, I don't
be
know.
nice, girls.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what...
If like,
trying
for
to
instance,
think.
our fine system, when we give the group fines,
Yes.
like Orlagh receives quite a lot of
Quite a lot of them,
fines
yeah.
for just like random silly things that she does or says.
The common sense is...
Common
like,
sense.
I think
That's
it's like I'm just living in my own little world,
Yeah,
like
you
in my
are.
head, and then it's
really
really
good.
random stuff that makes sense to me, but
It's really
not.
good. So strap in, ladies and
Strap
gentlemen.
in. I'm very passionate about this first one.
Alrighty. This is good, Miller. What do you believe is an acceptable amount of time to spend in the shower?
Until you get the job done, like have the hair
What
washed.
job?
What?
The hair washed.
Yeah, well, that's
and
the second question
nice
is,
and
how many
clean.
times a week do you wash your hair?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, good.
2 or 3 maybe.
What
No,
happens-
it's definitely not. It's every time we
Hang on.
train.
Yeah, 2 or 3 every time we're at the
Yeah.
club. So maybe spend a bit of time in the shower when you're at home. But the main part of this, and it's something
yeah.
I'm very passionate about, Orlagh spends at least 20 minutes. And
I reckon
we're talking
it's
about,
20.
so there's 30 girls, like after training, everyone just wants to have a shower. Orlagh gets in the shower, and I reckon at least 3 or 4 people in each other shower is done before
No,
Orlagh
I
gets out of
actually
hers.
am going to stick up for Orlagh here, though. The last few times she has waited until everyone's showered.
Finally,
to
because
then
I
go
said
in.
to Orlagh, I said, mate, if you're going to do that, you have to be last.
Well, she's taken on feedback.
Yeah.
Good. I know you have. It's taken you a year.
But Orlagh, like it is actually like it doesn't take that long to lather shampoo through your hair. Like
That's why I'm like, how many times do you wash your hair within the one
in the
wash?
one wash, yeah. Like, do you do a double shampoo's like standard?
Yeah, you
everyone
can
would
do
double
that.
shampoo.
Yeah, a bit of conditioner.
A bit of
But,
conditioner.
like-
What you sing a song while you have the conditioner in
It's
and
like-
then wash it out.
Yeah, do you have like an 8-minute timer that you have to have the conditioner in for?
She's
or-
had 10 hair masks. Honestly.
Anyway, you're in
Anyway,
the shower a
that's-
long time. I want to know what Gabby's water bill's like
Yes.
at home because
No, I'm going to time myself next time.
Yeah,
No,
time
she
yourself and
she
see
doesn't.
how-
Gabby doesn't actually have any water bill that's from Orlagh because she uses all the water here.
True. Actually, that's
Yeah.
quite true.
Let's
Anyway.
look at sorry,
You're welcome.
Garlo, but look at the old bloody budget, and
Yeah.
we've absolutely blown it on water.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't. I don't know why I said we.
We.
Orlagh. Alrighty, moving on. All right, a story from Melbourne. Not, we usually say what happens in Melbourne stays in Melbourne, but in this case it doesn't.
Not this one.
Nothing sacred. Okay, you go to a restaurant. you get a buzzer. Tell us what the buzzer number actually means.
Your table number, maybe. I don't know.
Well,
Yes,
it certainly isn't the amount of minutes
In
you're
Ireland,
waiting
they
for your
just bring
food.
the food down to you. I'm like,
So we went to an Irish pub for dinner in Melbourne, and so it was one of the ones where you had to go up and do your order, and they gave you a little buzzer, and each buzzer had a number on it, and it was like an illuminated number that could probably change
Yep.
if you want to. So it's not like you got a number 6 table number. So it was this buzzer.
Yep.
Had the number on it, bright red number, and Orla goes, 55 minutes. Her said 50, and we were like, mine's only 10. Like, and then there was like a 10, there was a 12, there was like a 20, and
Because
Orla's was
people
55.
were ordering before Orla.
Yeah.
So she's like, or after her. And she's like, why is yours only 6 minutes and mine's 55?
And then
we're,
she waits like, I don't know, been like 3 or 4 minutes. She goes, has yours gone down yet? Mine hasn't gone down yet.
girls, I was honestly so hungry. I was between.
Stop the clock.
I was hangry at that stage. I was like, just get me some food.
That's very funny.
It's too much. All right, I think one of my personal faves is this one. All right, we just spoke about the grand final. 100,000 people are there. And guess who gets on the kiss cam?
The innocent Irish.
That's an Irish who've been standing there talking to this older. What were you talking to this guy about?
The best thing is you've got to tell the story.
Tell us
because
the story about.
Story's
Yeah,
pretty
tell the
we
story.
know how it happened and know how hilarious it is.
Yeah, so I'm just sitting there. No, I was actually standing at this stage, just taking in the views, like taking in the vibes.
Was it
And
halftime? I think it was it
it was-
halftime?
Yeah, halftime recording.
I think it was
I'm not
halftime.
sure which.
Yeah.
I'm there looking over. We're beside the Collingwood cheer squad, and I'm like, God, like these are real diehard fans. And this bloke comes up to me. I say he was in maybe his 50s or 60s, and he goes, "See my nephew over there," and points at the. He points over to the cheer squad, and I'm like, "Yeah, a big, strong guy, nice looking, like." And he goes, "Yeah, like he's single. He's wondering if you're single." And I just wet myself laughing. I couldn't even get a word out. And then I was like, "Yeah, I am single." And he heard my accent. He was like, "You're Irish," and I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Even better again." And at this stage, I actually couldn't even breathe. Never mind talk. I was laughing so much. And Tux was sitting down beside me, absolutely wetting herself. And next minute, I hear the girls cheering. I'm like, "Okay, well, it's half time. No goals are being scored." So when I look over, and they're like, "The kiss cam," and I look up, and I see me on it with this old guy, and I was like, "No, like this is a dream." And I sit down, and Tux pulls me up by the arm, and he like leans in, and I just turn my cheek really quick, and I was like, "Oh my God, did this just happen?"
No.
So we're all laughing, and then at the end of it, his nephew comes up and just shakes my hand, and he goes, "I'll get your number after the game." And I was like, I can't believe this is
That's just
happening
happened.
right now.
I've just kissed your dad. But yes, I'll have your number.
Oh my God.
It was so funny too.
But what are the odds,
Of
guys?
100,000 people,
Honestly.
and you get on the kiss cam.
Yeah.
I wonder
was
what when they go
definitely
around with the thing like who should we put this
They're
on?
like, we're going to stitch this
they match
girl
up. They match up. That's
Okay, too
something
much.
for the next one.
Yeah, good, please.
Okay.
Do we want to do a normal one first and then put that on, or just go straight to that?
I reckon just go
Okay.
straight. I'm just going to play something for
All right,
you,
all
and I
right.
want you to.
Can you please name the artist and
Oh, I
title
know it.
of the song?
National anthem. Australia's one.
Oh, can you tell us?
The national anthem of Australia's one.
Can you tell us the story behind that?
Yeah, so we were all just chilling. Again, like I was just in my own little world, like just chilling with everyone. And the TV was on. I can't even remember who was playing.
I think it might have been. Was it one of
Was
the
it Collingwood? No.
Yeah, like
it
the
was
prelim
Yeah.
finals?
GWS and Brisbane.
Collingwood.
Yeah, and that song
Collingwood.
came on.
Yeah,
and like I
Juno's
wasn't
by
even
Collingwood.
looking
Yeah,
at the the TV or at, and like I was probably looking at the sky, God knows. And then I heard the song come on. I was like, I know that song. And I looked at the TV. Well, everyone erupted. I was like, oh my God, here we go. Another fine. Maybe a carton this time.
I know that song. They play that song quite a lot before things, don't they? I feel like that was more of the vibe was they play that song. They play this song
And
often.
like, fair enough that Orla doesn't know
The words.
the words and stuff to the Australian anthem. She knows the Irish anthem, that's fine. But the argument here is when it's played, when people are lining up and the whole stadium's standing, surely
You can figure out.
Yeah, no, like that was kind of where I was like, I wasn't looking. And I was like, the words came before, like sometimes I speak before I think. And I was like, oh, I know this song, look. And I was like, oh, it's too late. I've already let the words
done.
slipped out.
No, it was honestly, it was hilarious.
Oh,
She's
so good.
funny.
You had to be there.
It's great, Orla. Well, anyways, I'm glad you knew it now. Learn the lyrics. Alrighty. All right, this is a pretty good one. Actually got insight from our S&C Corey Morris for this one. Can you please tell us what a watt bike is?
It's just a nice, normal stationary bike. So last year we had a bit of an incident where I wasn't out on the field and Boris was like, you can choose to do the watt bike. And I was like, oh, what bike? And he was like, yeah, the watt bike. And we went back and forth. I'd say 5 times.
What bike? About like what bike?
Yeah. And I was like,
And Boris like,
Imagine that.
yeah, the watt bike. And then apparently they walked in there and then Boris goes, just jump on one of these watt bikes. And Orla's going, yeah, but what bike?
so yeah, this is kind of where like the English being my second language is a bit of a problem, and there's just a bit of a translator is needed or something. But no,
Yeah.
you know, you live in.
Oh, anyway, if
we
it
get
was
there.
written down, you might figure it because it's WATT
Yeah.
bike, not WHAT.
No,
Wait, no,
it's
but
too-
what bike?
It's too, what bike, Boris?
Boris, what bike?
Tell me.
He's like, yeah, the what bike?
You can pick out of any one of these. Nah, it's too good. Boris will love that. That's something
that is
else.
so good.
Can we think of anything? I feel like there
I
was
feel
so many
there's
fines for Orla.
funny things, but I can't
Anyways, we
remember.
don't have time.
No.
Orla, that's it for Dish with Driz. You did a great job at defending yourself.
Great times.
We're going to move on to From the Fans now, and we actually have Mim Strom here.
Here she goes.
We have a lot, so I'll power through them. Gabby O'Sullivan asks, what is an acceptable amount of time to leave the washing on the line?
Oh,
Another time issue.
So we got some time
Yeah,
issues.
time issues are definitely.
How long
things.
do you leave it
So,
on there?
There was one time in particular, I washed my clothes, hung them out, and it rained like maybe 2 or 3 days in a row. And every day I woke up and looked out, and I was like, they're getting another wash. It was just rain, and I was like, I can't bring myself to go out there. and
Don't
just
put them on the line again.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
No, like I didn't wash them a second time. Like they were getting washed by the rainwater. Like I never brought them in.
That's an
They were out
interesting debate. Can we? Like, I know I'm not supposed to do follow-up questions, but I'm one that if it rains when it's on there, I feel like I have to wash it again.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
same.
But clearly you didn't.
No. Well, Gabby actually, I think, just kind of got a bit sick of it. She brought it in, washed it, and put it back out.
Oh,
again.
good.
You can't help
Mum-
the weather,
Mum
though.
Gabby.
Gabby.
No, anyway, it's funny.
Ellie Curlis asks if you have a favourite Australian meal.
Just give
Sounds
it
like
to
it
us.
might be Vegemite.
Yeah. I actually really liked kangaroo as well, to be fair.
But what if you were to have a meal?
Meal.
Well, I feel like they're not that different.
No, they're
Australian
not
and
too different.
like Irish have.
I love
them.
Gabby's roasts.
Yeah,
A
nice.
roast, yeah.
But
But
you
you'd have
have
roast
roast
in
at home.
Yeah,
that's
we have
fine.
roasts.
But that's like
Gabby's
you know what I
much
mean. It's
better.
not like
Yeah, true.
It's not like Asian or Indian or
No,
whatever.
true,
like
true,
a different
true.
cuisine. I feel like it's quite
I
similar.
agree. Just give me mashed potato and the
yeah.
pot pie.
Pot pie
Oh,
from Ireland. How good.
Good.
Anyway.
that I'm waiting for 55 minutes for.
James Williams asked, who is the most energetic person in the team?
I think I'm sitting right beside her.
Hey,
I was going to say,
you
go
live
for-
with Gabrielle.
Yeah, I was going to say two people that spring to my
Yeah.
mind. One is in the room and the other one you live with.
Yeah,
So.
Gabby and Drizzy. I
Yeah.
think both are pretty.
Come on,
Up there.
hype girls.
Yeah, they bring the energy.
Cohen's World asks, what do you love about footy? Maybe a favourite thing.
That's nice.
I think both the teammates, obviously, like that, it's like a family over here for me. So that's like a really big thing. Obviously at home they're your family as well, but like it's just different over here when you don't have the rest of your family. So that's a pretty special thing. And I think the memories, like, and just getting to work hard with friends, like, it just makes it so much better. And learning a new sport as well, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that you like the challenge of obviously learning, because I think that could be one of the cons to it as well, is that you have to start from scratch, but then also it's so exciting.
Yeah, I think it's just whatever way you look at it, but I
because it'd be frustrating, but then also like when you do then get better at it, you're like, oh, look, I couldn't do that before, now I can do that now.
The frustration gets a bit less.
My family loves your left foot, to be fair. My dad's always like, well, like, is she left-footed or not? Because I reckon you kicked a few, all your goals have come off your left foot at the moment.
You might be.
Maybe.
Lisa Webb asks...
I'm trying to find my quote before you kill me later.
All right.
Lisa Webb asks, who is the most accurate kick and safest hands of the Irish?
Oh. I think I have to give it to Anya.
Yeah. But are you going separately? Like kick and hands?
Accurate kick, I'm going to say Anya.
Yep, I agree with that.
Safest hands. She's probably the safest hands too.
Yeah, she does have nice long
I think
arms.
Gabby has mitts.
Gabby is not Irish.
Well, she kind of left
Gabby is not Irish.
Sorry,
O'Sullivan. Gabby thinks she's Irish because she's got the O'Sullivan last name.
We'll go with Anya.
Right,
Anya
for both.
Back to back.
Lip Sync Battles Ireland asks...
Oh my God. Sorry, that sentence.
Lip Sync Battles Ireland asks, have you ever been a judge at a movie night fundraiser?
They know the answer to this because I was.
Okay, is there a story
For lip
to it?
syncing?
Yeah. So basically at home in Ireland, because it's amateur and clubs don't like have an income, we do this thing called lip sync battle.
Yeah.
So people within the club...
Stop it.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, they get a group together, they pick a song, and basically they have to dress up, act, and sing that song. And
get us there.
Yeah,
the Australian anthem.
So then they pick like maybe 4 judges. So I was chosen last time, and it's a good night. It's funny, but like I just can't believe they asked that.
That sounds so
wild. Thank you, Lip Sync Battles.
Good story.
Yeah.
Hugh asks, poached, boiled, scrambled, or fried eggs?
Oh, I love a good poached.
Yeah, nice.
Good poached egg.
I like
Can't
scrambled.
go wrong.
Donna O'Leary asks...
Why are you giggling?
that?
Do you know what she's going to ask?
No.
Who is Donna to you?
Donna. He's
He's a boy. Hello, Auntie Donna. I was thinking Donna, the kebab shop, or
It's an
Donna,
Irish name.
lady.
He lives
Donna
in the same place as me at home. Like
Donna as a boy.
Donna.
Donna.
Yeah, that's
Donna.
closer.
Sorry, Donna. Asks, Dunnery, or Mass, or Rathmore?
Dundee Mass.
Dundee.
Okay, so
Dundee Mass.
Yeah,
Dundee
Dundee
Mass.
or Rathmore.
Rathmore. Rat Lord or Rathmore?
Rathmore.
Rath or Rat?
So-
Okay, you've got to...
Sorry,
you gotta
I'm very
explain
confused.
something.
So he's talking
Super
about
confused.
mass, like,
Oh, like
Mass.
church mass.
church.
Yeah.
Church, you guys call it church. And then our 2 parishes. So his parish is Dundee, which is like kind of rivalry club, like.
But
it's not-
club as in they play football as
yeah,
well.
so their club would be, their parish is their club.
Okay, and
Yeah.
your parish is not your club because
No, but
your
it's
club's
like
not Ratmore.
my parish is within my club.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's
when do you go?
hedges.
When do you go to parish?
I feel like...
When do you go to church? Ratmore, Meath, wherever. I don't know.
Yeah. So Rathmore is a church. Dundee is a church. I go to Rathmore Church.
Yeah, okay.
Rathmore is better.
Okay. We're just seeing which one's better.
Yeah.
All right. Glad we got there. There was a breakdown in
I like the
language. There was a
hands, yeah.
language barrier there.
Yeah, language
When
barrier.
you go to parish.
Visual learners.
There was definitely a breakdown. Okay, you had me at translation. Okay, go.
Kat asks, best Irish feed in Perth so
Ooh.
far.
Yeah, what is the best Irish pub in Perth?
I have to say I love a good roast from the Galway Hooker.
The Galway Hooker.
Galway Hooker.
Is that the one in Scarborough?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is near me.
Whereabouts?
I know where that is.
Team.
It's next to, you know, the, what's that?
Outlook or Lookout. or
Yeah,
something.
Lookout. The Lookout.
Yeah, nice. Okay. The Galway Hooker.
Galway Hooker.
You have a nice bit of beef mash.
It's always going off in there.
We'll go
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
It's a
That's
date.
stunning. Oh, Hayley's got
Oh,
one.
sorry. Yes, it's me. Okay, because I got a DM from Amy Cockadis. If you got to choose the number you wear, why did you choose it, and does it hold any significance for you? She asked about anyone's and everyone's, but Orla,
Okay, so this is actually another funny
what number
one.
are you, Silas?
I'm
forget.
14 this
40.
year.
Oh yeah, you changed.
Yeah.
That's right.
So when I was coming over, I chose 27 because, so at home I'm number 9, but they didn't have that, so I was like 2 plus 7 is 9.
Oh, very good.
But then I realised that Gabby had number 9. I was like, wow. I was like, I'm living.
Oh, no,
with
so you
my
couldn't
number.
have it.
So, yeah, but I was so happy. I was like, at least I
Yeah.
have a really good connection to it. And then this year I chose number 14 because I played a bit of that at home this year. So I was like, yeah, you know what, we'll change it up a bit.
Yeah, nice. What about you, Driscoll?
Sorry, I'm trying to find my
Okay,
quote.
we'll go to Mim.
No.
No,
Okay,
sorry.
go,
Yeah.
Mim.
Why do you
mine's-
choose your number?
Because
21.
Yeah, I was draft number 21 overall.
Oh.
21. Let me.
And
Anything else?
there was another reason. Oh,
Yeah.
You're telling the story.
What do you
Looking at
play
like I
with
know
that
the story
waffle?
already.
No, I played number 14, which was
Oh.
my brother's number.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
How'd you choose one brother's number? That's hard.
Someone just gave it to me and they were like, oh. So I wore like 28 to training, which is Noah's number. And then someone said, oh, this is Zach's number. You can wear that one. So it was 14. So I've worn both of them.
Oh, that's
Yeah, right.
lovely.
And then I just wanted to pick my own one. And I was like, oh, 21 was available when my draft year. And I was like, oh,
Yeah,
that was my
that
pick.
was your-
Must
Yeah,
be
nice.
meant to
It's a
be.
sign.
Driz?
3, not 6. I don't know why I held 2 up. 3, the big bad number 3.
Any reason
The
particularly?
Raging Bull.
I have actually only ever played football with a number 3 on my back. I had 23 and 33 at my state levels.
Very good.
And the numbers when you got drafted here, like you get a list of like 5 numbers, as you guys know, to choose from. And all the other numbers were really high. And I kind of just really liked that it was a low number and it was a great number that was left.
Yeah,
so I was
nice.
like, oh, cool, I'm going to go with 3. Otherwise, didn't think I was going to live up to the expectation of Maddie Pav at 29. So thought, I'll go with 3, you beauty.
Very good.
I love it.
Yeah, mine had a bit to do with number 9 as well, which is I loved Ben Cousins growing up. So did my brother. And
There you go.
I remember when I was in a state team, and I asked for number 9, but someone already had that, so they gave me 19. And then that was the first footy number I ever had. So then when it came
Great.
so then I wore number 10 for a little while. But then when I changed clubs to the Coastal Titans, 10 wasn't available. I don't know why I chose 10 because 10 was a nice number. But
10 is pretty.
yeah, and then so number 10 wasn't available. So then I was like, well, my very first footy jumper was number 19. So then I went 19 there. And then I just stuck with the 19 from then. I always thought it was really ugly, but now I've kind of made it my thing.
No,
So,
I
I
like
think
it.
people
Yeah.
will wear it because of you.
yeah, so now
I think
I've
I
just
actually,
made it nice.
That's
Made
a
it
lie.
mine.
I think I wore a different number at Swan Districts than 3.
Yeah, it's
but
kind of like
we'll just
it
figure it
does
out.
because because sometimes you just can't get the number that you want to actually have.
No, but I love that you've made it your own.
I just made it mine. I was like, you know what? Like that was the first footy jumper I ever owned, so I'm just gonna stick with the number 19.
Great question, Amy.
All right, so we got we're versing North Melbourne this Sunday, 8th of October, 2:05 p.m. Australian Western Standard Time.
Yep.
Tough game, good challenge. Orla, how are you feeling about it?
Yeah, I think there'll definitely be a tough challenge, but I think even our intensity this week training shows that we mean business.
We do mean business.
I'm very, very
Passionate.
excited.
Yeah.
You know, we're just going to go out there and
And hungry, Mim.
yeah, very hungry. Hungry.
We're all ruthless here.
We're going to give it a crack, that's for sure. All right, that is all we have time for this week on the Rollers and the Rockers podcast, brought to you by Bankwest. Orla, how was your technically second podcast experience.
Yeah,
but
do you know it was great? I think the first time, like, I needed that just to warm into
Do you reckon it was
warm into
better?
it,
Yeah, I reckon it was better.
I feel like there was more banter this time.
Yeah.
It's great. Good fun.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. As always, I'll leave you. Driscoll, she's been trying to find it for the last 10 minutes.
I screenshot all my quotes. Next time I'm going to have to screenshot them and send them to Miller.
Inspiring
just
quote.
so
Yeah, I can
that
always put it in so
in
you just
the
let me know.
chat.
Anyway, but we have this issue every time. So whenever you're ready.
Okay. I've got to find it. I'm just going to get a new one. Elvis may be the king of rock and roll, but we're the queens. Because we're the rollers and the rockers,
Where
people.
did you find that?
See you next week.